says we're live.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, mine's going too. I'm just waiting for YouTube to catch up. There we go. Mine says live. Pull up your YouTube channel. Yay, we're live. Hey, we made it. Even on time. Okay.
Oh,
There you go.
There
We're
we
live.
go. There we go.
We're live on 2 channels. Yay. With a new way to do it this week. I fixed it. What?
You fixed it.
I fixed it. What are we looking
Live.
at?
I'm just looking at the chat.
Oh, you should be somebody in there. I know. Buppa's down there.
Okay.
Live chat. And that YouTube thing, just minimize it, get it out of the way.
What the heck happened there?
What's that?
My OBS minimized instead.
They both did. You're still there.
Yeah, but OBS is... Oh, there. There we go. Alright.
OBS does this stupid thing when you jump over top of it, it minimizes it.
Ah, I see.
But
Okay.
we're here. We made it. Yay. What's this, five weeks in a row now?
Something like that.
Oh, we got to turn your Stream Elements bot on. I just noticed that on our chat.
Mm.
If you look on the main screen there, you'll see the little thing just popped up. It says Stream Elements bot running.
Oh.
I don't know if you can read that on your little tiny monitor.
On my chat? On my chat?
No, the window on OBS. See the chat in the middle?
Uh-huh.
That's my chat that's in the middle.
Oh.
Okay?
Alright.
And it does say Stream Elements running, trust me.
Okay.
That's the bot. We haven't turned your bot on yet.
Okay.
So what do you got this week? I'm just going to wing it. Nobody's really talking. Well, I mean, they know what they're talking about. But
I've had my head in Valentine's and polyamory this weekend.
Nanopacks.
Or this week.
Hang on, I gotta turn the fan off. As much as I hate to say that. This song just sounds like really distorted violins. Hang on. There we go.
It's putting me to sleep.
Well,
It's bedtime night music.
Let's change the tune. I love this Windows 11 feature. Pop. I can pop things into corners. There we go. So let's find a different. Got some Christmas music?
Not really.
No, me neither. Let's try something. It's called Lone Wolf. This is Stream Beats, by the way.
Mm.
Well,
That's Harris's stuff?
this is Harris's stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
Uh-oh, I lost my OBS. It's in the wrong screen. There we go. Hi there. Oh, and we now have a new feature. So the shorts that you see will be recorded today
Oh, cool.
instead of after the fact. Oh, a nice new plugin. And speaking of Harris, it was a company that he consulted with. And if you guys want it, I'll put it link to it in the description anyways, because it's a really cool plugin. It allows you to make vertical content. Oh, you took your glasses off.
I did.
Why?
Well, because I can read without them, actually.
Oh, okay.
And
I just love the cool look it makes.
the yellow?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'd wear my sunglasses, but that would look silly. Hang on. I said I was going to do this and I forgot. There we go.
It's a bit of a break from
The prescription?
from these lights.
Yeah.
I don't need it so much for these, but
I've seen some guys, girls, whatever, wear sunglasses on stream. I can't do that. I can't read the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to put up with the fuzz, boys and girls. I need the fan. Sorry, you're going to have to put up with a tiny bit of his. Anyways, you were talking about Valentine's Day and poly. It's a really difficult time of year for those of us that are poly.
So I manage a Facebook group that's the Facebook presence for an in real life group of people on Vancouver Island that practice polyamory or learning about it or something.
I'm going to have to jump over to your side. You're out of focus. Keep talking.
Anyways, I manage this group, and so for the years of COVID, we've had very little actual in real life activities, and I've noticed that in the last little bit, last say 5-6 months, there's been a bit more agitation about when are we going to have something to do, what's going on. Well, you're going to have something to do when somebody feels like they want to organize it. And
well, you just did a meet not that long ago. It was well attended.
So to organize a meet like this kind of a support group or social group or discussion group or anything like that, you have to be willing to sit in a venue you're comfortable in by yourself in case nobody shows up. And sometimes nobody shows up for months, and then suddenly everyone and their cousin shows up, and
It gets a little hard to manage.
yeah, so it's a little difficult to make reservations that because you never have any idea. And just because people say they're coming on Facebook does not mean they're going to actually.
I find that's a Facebook phenomenon. People say they're coming and nobody shows up.
They don't actually show up because who's what's somebody gonna come and like beat you because you didn't show up? They just do whatever happens to be on that day at that time that I feel like doing. And lately, most people feel like changing the channel on the TV and getting another drink. Like they don't really want to go out. So anyways, we've had someone get all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and I'm so excited to have. Oops, sorry. I'm so excited to have organizer bunnies. That's really nice to see. So we had this guy that's done some events where they go to this place that specializes in board games, and it's a cafe, and it's so you can give like refreshments are provided, like you pay for them, but you can get refreshments there, and you can sit and play board games or play cards or talk or whatever. It's an excellent idea, and it's a really nice place. I've been there before too.
What's the name of it again?
Interactivity Board Game Cafe.
Do you have that? Do they have a URL?
If you just Google Interactivity Board,
we can put that in the show.
And it's in Victoria.
If any of our poly people are interested.
Yeah, it's a nice place to go anytime. Like whether you're poly or not, it's a nice place, and the milkshakes are good there too.
Well, that's a good thing to know.
Anyway, or so I hear. I've not had those, but I do find the place quite. It's like going over to your neighbor's rec room and
then just
hanging out.
Night. Yeah, we used to do that a lot. I used to play a lot of Risk when I was younger.
Yeah, that's a nice environment. So, I organized a pub night at 6 Mile Pub, which is another good place to go if you don't know how many people are coming, because they're so flexible.
They've been so good every time we've gone there. And said, oh, by the way, we've got 30, not 12.
30 what?
30 guests, not 12. In other words, they accommodate very well.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get where I was going there? Sorry.
No, sorry. I thought you meant on here we have 30 what?
No.
Okay.
No, we have one.
Right.
He's downstairs.
So the 6 Mile Pub in Victoria is really super about that. They're great staff, great ownership there. And the food is awesome. And anyway, so we had a pub night there, and we said 10, and it ended up being, I think, 14 that showed, which I was very surprised. Usually it takes a while to build up to that, even that size.
People are anxious to get out.
Yeah, but people are, anxious to get out. And it is, so then someone volunteered to find another place for us. So we've got something else coming up for March that's more of a private venue. And then you don't have to worry about, is it with the music loud in this place, and what kind of conversations can we have, and all that stuff.
Say, hey, turn that down, will you?
And so they're just going to we've got a venue, and they're going to go there and bring potluck snacks and stuff. So it's because of COVID, you don't want to say, hey, it's potluck brewer, because you maybe don't want to nibble in other people's things. So I said, bring your own, or bring something to share, whatever you want to do. And so that'll be coming in the beginning of March. But in February, I set up because of Valentine's Day. The Valentine's stuff is crazy going on this weekend coming. We've got there's a online meet for the poly group in Vancouver, and they're having Cupid come, so you can ask Cupid to introduce you to someone else who's online if that person is open to being introduced to.
Ask permission first.
It's just, yeah, so that's kind of interesting. And then on the Saturday, the 11th, there's a local Victoria Poly 101 group here that's having a discussion on metamors, which is a metamor is your lover's lover. So, like, if you know, you and like you and I are in a poly relationship, right? So if I had a boyfriend, out here I don't right now, but if I had a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, exterior to our household,
Yep.
that would be your metamor. Or the same as if you had a girlfriend or a wife or who knows, that other person that's involved with you is my metamor.
I'm finally understanding this. It's taken how many years?
14 years, yeah. Well, longer than that, but anyway.
That long?
Yeah.
I feel old.
So that's what a metamor is, and then they're talking about that and how that works, and there's a thing called kitchen table poly, which is where everybody knows everybody. Like they would sit around the kitchen table and chit chat. Everyone involved with you.
You know what that's funny? Funny about that?
What?
It's me being a Maritimer.
Mm-hmm.
That's very common. Nobody sits in the living room in the Maritimes. Everybody sits in the kitchen.
Yeah, so that's kind of where it comes from. Is everyone that's visiting in the household there sits around the kitchen table and chit chats. So kitchen table poly is that everyone knows everybody and knows who's involved and might interact. So you'd be more inclined to interact with a metamor in that scenario. A lot of times polyamory is just, yeah, I'm dating this person, but I never met them. I would never, whatever girlfriend you had, or I never met them, never had any, don't have anything. No, I know they exist, and I know you're having a thing, go with them or some kind of a relationship with them, but I may not even know the details of that relationship. There's a lot of don't ask, don't tell goes on with polyamory, but we practice kitchen table where we know everybody. So the idea of having a relationship with your metamor is more of a thing if you're going to be looking at them all the time, every time walking through the house
every day of the week, right?
and stuff, right? That's more important then, but it's also important in that you know how they feel about your involvement with that person, because that can really screw things up if you don't.
Oh, for sure.
If you dated somebody that I couldn't stand, and
they were here all the time,
and they were like here all the time, that would be a problem. But even if it was somebody that I didn't like, and that was causing trouble because they didn't like me, that's a problem too. So metamors are an issue, are something to be aware of, whether you actually know the person or not. It's good to know that they, especially if it's a wife, that you know that they actually approve of this scenario, right? And the other thing going on this weekend is on the Sunday, the 12th, there's the Canadian Polyamory Advocacy Association's having a online discussion type thing also on metamors, but it talks also about metamors, paramours, and petamors.
Good grief, get a slide rule out.
So anyways, it's the end scenario of interacting with all of the loves in someone's life, be they
that could get complicated.
Yeah, well, polyamory is pretty complicated, and so that's an online thing. So we have a calendar. So the group that I manage is called Van Au Polyamory Social and Discussion Group, and we have a website and a calendar that I try to put events like this CPAA and the Vic 101 and the Vancouver group. I try to put their stuff on that calendar too, because people travel and interact and so on, and it's good to have that information available to you if you're not available to attend something in real life, to attend something online.
Yep.
So that is vanile-polyamory.com/events.
And we'll put
And-
that in the show notes as well.
And there's a calendar there.
And Facebook, you kind of have to know where to look.
Yeah, so that calendar will refer you to the group that's hosting the event and say you need to find their group on Facebook for the actual invite, for sometimes the address and sometimes just
Details.
any further details. Yeah, it's always good to find their event and RSVP with them. Not that any of us who run events actually count on that, but still, it's
It's nice to know we have a ballpark.
It's nice to have a head count if you can. And so also with and our group is doing on the 14th, actually on Valentine's Day, and a veto Valentine movie night. So this is where you don't. Like when you have multiple partners, you don't want to have to pick one. It's like I want to bring them all, or I don't want to do anything. I have no Valentine. I'm solely poly. I'm my own primary partner. I want to take me out for Valentine's. Do that too. So we're meeting at a theater downtown.
We haven't decided.
Victoria, not sure which one. Depends on what's planned then. We don't know right now, but that next week it'll change.
It's
It'll
still
change.
kinda early.
It'll change probably Friday, and
Friday or Monday?
I'm not sure. But anyways, we're going to go out, and you can find the information about that on that calendar or on our Facebook group.
Or
As
you
well.
could just DM us.
Yeah, if you're interested in what's going on. So we're just gonna go out all together, a bunch of us, like on one big date. So Valentine's date,
Huge.
all huge, all of us
date.
together in a group, and see a movie together. So in the middle of all that, I was I do nanograms, I do and antigrams. So I do
You just did one.
I was just working on one today for Valentine's. So my February packs will probably go out on Monday, and I put in like a little card or a letter or something, and then some kind of goofy thing to play around with. Some of these kids are getting to be teenagers now, and they think
don't want to play around with things.
Well, you never know. You know what?
You
they
never
do.
know.
They do.
Behind closed doors, they're like, "Oh, this is really cool," but they don't want their friends to know.
Yeah, that's true. So I send stuff. They're all big on collecting stickers at one point. And candy's always good, and there's some kind of weird thing, crafty thing that they can make and hang up. And I don't know. I hit the dollar stores at Walmart, so because I do 10 of them now. I
think it's a great way to be in touch with the grandkids.
Yeah, I have 8 grandchildren and a niece and nephew, niece and niblet.
Niblet?
I think it's a niblet, you say.
What's a niblet?
That's a gender neutral term for the
okay.
kid of my sibling. Nibbling, that's what it is. Nibbling is the word, sorry.
Okay, now I'm hungry.
I apologize.
Thanks.
Nibbling.
Now I'm hungry, thanks.
Anyways, I have and then they 8 grandchildren now. I'm too young for grandchildren. Like, see how
Please.
gorgeous and young I am. Like, how could I have so many grandchildren?
Nothing
Anyway,
wrong with having grandchildren?
most of them are little, but some of them are getting older and they're cranky. And I got to think now, what the heck is a teenager and a kid want?
Sorry about that.
And I try to make it so that it fits in an envelope, like a
So it goes in the mail.
not so big envelope, and so that has to be flat, whatever it is, or reasonably flat.
Or something that won't hurt. It won't get hurt if it gets squished.
Yeah, it's a little challenge, but I like it, and I like to keep in touch so that each of the kids knows that I'm thinking about them, and I try to do it once a month.
Sorry, we both had the same problem. Here on the microphone.
Yeah, but then they get something that they're on their birthday, and they get
means you're
something
thinking
at
about
Christmas as well. But this is what month. Excuse me, once a month.
Christmas is an issue getting things out to most of them because of where we live and they live. It's a bit of a haul.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Canada
Anyway,
Post
so I
is
was
slow.
doing the Valentine's theme thing for them, and so I was shopping. I was in the one of the. I have to rotate dollar stores to get different than, and I was in this Dollarama downtown, and I of course found stuff for your dog for Valentine's,
What's left of it?
and so I got this thing that I can't. What did it say on it?
I don't remember, and I
Please,
couldn't tell
please
you
be
now.
mine or something. It's a little heart shaped kind of pillow thing
With a rope.
with a
on the end.
piece of rope hanging down the bottom
And a
for
squeaker.
her to chew on. And I could have waited till the 14th, but I'm not very good. I'm not very good at keeping secrets and keeping stuff hidden away. And I probably shouldn't have bought it so early then. But anyways, I gave it to her when I got home. She's sniffing the bag. Like, there's something in there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
And-
you know what's left of it?
Yeah, there's like a big pot. It has a squeaky thing inside too.
Yep.
And that drives her mad. She has to get that out right now.
Yep.
So she was playing around with it, and I hear squeak, 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 and then she comes running down the stairs, and she's got a little bit of this cover of the little pillow thing, and a piece of the rope in her mouth comes down. I said, "Are you telling me that's all you've got left?"
Yep.
And I go up the stairs, and there's a mountain of stuffing, fluff, just like all over the landing on the stairs. And
Yeah, she's a good toy tester.
she like, don't tell me that the toy is safe and indestructible and all that crap. It's not with her.
Hey, we've got two now downstairs that she has not destroyed. That big ball of rope and that little dumbbell.
Well, the dumbbell's solid plastic, like a real dumbbell. It's
It's pretty weighty too.
it's-
It'll drop it on your feet.
it's pretty. I can understand why she can't get through that. And the ball of rope, I started to pull it apart for her because she's
You'll
having
put it around
trouble.
her neck.
Yeah, I pulled it apart enough for this. It's a ball with a little loop on it, right? And I pulled the rope out, the loop out more so that I can put it around her head, and then she has it around her neck, playing around with it.
Tries to get it off.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, this would be a good time for sponsors.
Sponsors.
Do we have sponsors this week?
Well, we have Philadelphia Publishing.
My other affiliate links aren't ready yet, so
Okay. So the current sponsor is Philadelphia Publishing, who has a program going or a drive going. I don't know. It's accepting submissions for this is their 20th anniversary year, and they're kind of on the thing to publish a bunch of stuff. So they want to have you submit your manuscript as per instructions on their website. Or if you're looking to submit a poem, essay, or some poetry, there's also a word count there, 3,000 for
browser up.
3,000 for prose, and I think it's 40 for a
There
poem.
you go.
They want you to submit those because there's going to be a 20th anniversary anthology with poetry, prose, and short stories and essays. So nonfiction essays.
Right in the corner
right?
there.
So and it's phildeathbooks.com, and you'll see the instructions there. So we encourage you to do that. And while you're there, have a look, see if there's any books you'd like to buy. That would be nice too. Celebrating our 20th anniversary.
There we go. Accepting submissions.
There we go.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Smart cookie over here. So I've got some affiliate links I'm working on because I do have several affiliates for my channel. I gotta get you some. Oh,
Well,
the other thing
yeah.
that I can do as soon as I get this out of here. Bye-bye.
Mhm.
And I've added a store.
Oh, that's right. You added a store to your hyperlynx channel. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
So you can buy a bunch of merch from his hyperlynx 256 channel with his cute little face all over it.
Cute little face on it. I thought it was boxer shorts I had, but it turns out it was swim trunks.
I think you'd do better if, well,
What?
if you put Maisie's face on that stuff.
I could do that too.
You might, like
That might be the other line, because I
Yeah.
can have up to 5 lines before I got to pay for it.
oh, that's
Pay extra
interesting.
for it.
An interesting trial. I have,
It's going to get loud. Hold up.
I have
Okay,
some
there you go.
merch. I have some merch on my channel too through, was that Stream Elements?
Yes.
That I have my merch through, and it
Unless
has,
you go to polykiss.
there's a, like, if you can see my logo there with the lips, there's, it's on a few things
Mhm.
at my merch channel too. And how do you get to that? Just,
Yeah, I do believe with yours it's polykiss.ca.
okay,
Same as your website.
polykiss.ca.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to do this store thing. It's new for me. You just go to hyperlynx256.com. We should put that in the show notes as well. Note to self. And that'll take you right to the store. Matter of fact, if you give me 2 seconds, I can pull it up here. As long as
I should have a
don't,
look at my merch. I haven't looked at it in a while. There's
yeah, it's been a while. I actually like this one. So we go like this, and we're going to add a really quick display capture. We'll go with this one, and sure enough, there it is. That's my store. Let's go. This is a sports towel. And the only one I've got is the 20 by 40, but you can actually add there's one that's like 84 or 85. Just a huge towel.
That's like a beach towel.
Yeah, it's essentially what it is. So we'll go back a page, and we'll go to the backpack. Look, there's my pretty face on backpack. You can get it in green. You can get it in whatever color that is. What color would you call that?
You and I always disagree on greens and blues.
Yes. We could go this color.
I would say that one was aqua.
That's almost a peach, isn't it?
Yep.
Pink. Hot pink. Hot pink.
Your face on something hot pink.
Okay, so that one, according to the supplier, is called mint.
Mint, so it's a green.
But
Very
this is
light.
bright green.
Very light green.
Orange. Blue. I personally like that one. But anyways, that's my merch. I'm not sure. It's supposed to introduce it during the live stream, so I won't see it. I'm not the one that's going to see it.
Mm.
Oh, OBS. Need to make this disappear. Who's up? We are. There we go. I figured I'd do that at that time because that's the halfway mark. So I'm also working on, I do have a Razer affiliate, just haven't got the URLs handy. I've also got Nerd or Die for those that are streaming and you want alerts and themes and all kinds of good stuff for your live streams and your recordings. All kinds of stuff like that. And I'm working one for a sports drink. I need to get my URL set up. I just haven't had a whole lot of time to do it, and now I kind of do. So like next week I'll hit the streams for the affiliate links in the thing, and I'll have banners popping and all that other fun stuff. There was something else I was going to add to that. Forgot. Must have been a lie. So you want to know what I got this week? If I can find my newscast.
What?
You know all that brouhaha about the Chinese weather balloon?
Yes.
Well, guess what?
What?
25 years ago, we did the same thing. We had a wayward balloon that caused an international stir and thwarted 3 air forces, including our own.
Oh, really?
And it was a weather balloon. It took more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition, and it drifted into Russian airspace.
I remember that.
Yeah. I was just reading that going, wow. Yeah, so the U.S. didn't fool around. They shot it down with a missile. And the memes that are flying around now are so funny.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them.
You know, even the Air Force is picking on itself because its, top of the line fighter required a $400 million missile to shoot down a balloon. Because as they knew, as happened with us, the rounds were just going to go right through it, and it would keep right on going. And it would keep going. Bizarre thing. But I'm still a little leery of, oh, well, it just floated over Canada. It missed Canada.
It didn't float over Canada at all.
No, it went down the BC coast, outside, off the BC coast, and then into the U.S. So you can't tell me that was, what's the word I'm looking for? Drifting off course?
Yeah. Yeah, and it got out of U.S. airspace right smartly when they noticed that it had been spotted. So
well, they traveled across the entire country, but they said, "Oh, it's harmless," blah blah blah. So they were following it all the way across, and then finally, when it was outside the 12-mile limit, and I was just watching the news piece from the 25 years ago one.
Yes.
And it said Canadian top guns who couldn't pop a balloon.
Hmm.
Kind of funny, actually.
I remember that now that you mention it.
I don't. Sorry. You'd think I would, eh? Hang on, I gotta lock my screens here. There we go. You think I would, but and now China's threatening further actions after U.S. shoots down suspected spy balloon. Okay, sure. Let's get into a war over a balloon.
I think the reason I remember it is because of where I was living at the time.
25 years ago?
I would have been in Ontario then.
Oh, geez, it's hot in here.
And what the States does about stuff is a little bit more prominent of an issue, because then it appears to be out here.
Yeah, you would have been in Ontario 25 years ago.
Yeah, and BC we're sort of like, yeah,
Well, yeah, everything has to be either
sit down and have another beer. It's
or
okay.
over the mountains.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Whereas in Ontario, we're like, you're gonna do what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Ontario is the center of the universe. Just ask them.
Well, and also the greater part of population of Ontario is down below the the line,
49th parallel.
the 40, yeah, down below. So we're
48th.
like, we got America all around us. Like, so like, yeah, it's a little bit more.
Is it 75% of Canada's population lives in that corridor? And most of our population all across the country lives near the border.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It shows you how dependent. Although then, like you were talking about last week, you got Tucker Carlson saying, "Well, let's just invade them." Why? What did we do?
Well, we're here with all our resources.
What did we do? I think he was being sarcastic, and it was in relation to Mexico,
Yeah.
right? And that's what he says. Well, we live, next to the second biggest country in the world. Why did we just not invade them? He was being silly, but it was taken the wrong way by a lot of people, except that guy from This Hour Has 22 Minutes. I watched that finally the other day.
Yeah, it was funny.
Good God, that was funny. I almost spit my coffee out twice. It's like listening to what's his face's book. What's his name? Help me out here.
You're talking about Prince Harry?
No, not that book.
What book?
The other guy, the guy we went and saw here.
Oh, Rick Mercer?
Rick Mercer. Thank you. See, COVID brain. I have it too.
Rick Mercer.
Yeah, he's funny. That book is hard to sleep to because you're too busy laughing.
He's a very funny man.
So what else you got? I'm still working on some of those things here. What was I working on? I was working on my tech stuff. Oh, I know something I want to hit on.
What's that?
Because it happened after we went off, not after we went off the air, but the day after. About what's now legal to possess here in BC.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if I can find the actual information on it. Apparently I can't. Can you help me out here while I look around?
No, but are you surprised that it's BC that
Not
has decided to do that
least.
first?
Not in the least. Everybody knows BC Bud's the best, right? Not.
It's not. It smells like
Gross.
burned
gym socks.
Yes.
Why is my local CBC page Ottawa?
I don't know, but they've made it so that a smaller amount is okay
Legal to carry.
legal to carry of a bunch of drugs that are
Causing issues. Overdoses and what else am I looking
Yeah, so the idea is to make it so that it's not illegal to carry, therefore you can ask for help.
That's right.
If you get some that's laced with fentanyl and you're overdosing
You're
and like that,
overdosing, and it's easier to get off things. And
because
the
those
stigma, right?
the stigma of drug use is not going to be set aside because of a law, but okay, a good attempt. That you're not expecting to get arrested for having the drugs on you when you need help, and because this fentanyl
That surprised me.
is an absolute epidemic.
Here's a piece of news related to that. A Vancouver Island municipality is to ban drug use in public spaces as decriminalization takes effect. You'll never guess where it is.
Nanaimo,
You're close. Go a little farther up.
like Courtney or Comox or something.
Keep going.
Okay, don't make me guess.
Gamble River.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I understand, and I'm sure other municipalities will follow suit because they don't want. Yeah, it's legal. They don't want them. We were coming out of work the other night, and there were a couple of people just hanging off across the road smoking it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! It must have been BC Bud because it stunk.
Mm-hmm.
But they just, they're hiding it behind a tree, and the cop drives by with his window open. He says, "Just smoking on the sidewalk. It's legal." I almost died laughing.
I remember working an event years ago
Yeah.
at the Ball Diamond, Royal Athletic Park.
Did you work that one?
I worked an event, security.
Was it Beer Fest?
It might have been Beer
It might have
Fest.
been Beer Fest, yeah.
It might have been Beer Fest. And I was working it, and there was a bunch of people leaving, and they were smoking, and the waft of it was knocking me out. It was clearly pot smoke, right?
Clearly.
And somebody, there was a cop standing. I was minding my, like, I don't care, they're leaving, and there's cops there, and somebody said, "Are you not going to do anything about this here pot smoking?" And he goes, "Are you kidding? Do you know what the paperwork on that is? They're going home.
They're not bothering you.
They're not bothering you.
Yeah, exactly.
They just let it be."
It's not worth the paperwork.
And that had to be 5 years ago. So
Yeah, now it's legal and they don't care, but still.
I don't think they cared much there at the
No,
time
they
either. I
don't.
mean, I remember
Unless
seeing
you're
people.
carrying a big brick. No, we won't talk about that. I've already experienced that at one job.
Yeah.
Unless
so,
you're carrying a big brick of it and with the intent to sell, they don't care.
yeah.
Are you
'Cause
harming
I've
anybody? Nope.
seen people that would stand out on the street
Yes.
smoking a joint, and you're going, okay, what? No.
It's all right if it's good smelling stuff.
Well, there's that, but some of that vape isn't much better.
No, it's not.
Isn't much better.
There's some of it's just really nice. It's like pipe smoke. I love the smell of good pipe smoke.
Yeah, there's a vanilla vape that's
Mhm.
not too bad either, but most of it's like, whoa, that's intense.
Really, there's only one remaining Blockbuster in the world.
Oh, really?
So what this kid here has done in Walnut Grove and near Langley has created, those little book things you have on the, like, where they put books in, you walk out, pick it up, and grab a book. You know what I'm talking about?
I have no clue.
The library that's on a pole in the middle of a parking lot.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
The free libraries, yeah.
That's it. Well, he's done it with Blockbuster.
Oh, interesting.
So he's got videos. Sorry. I'll turn it off again. He's got videos just stacked up there. Says, anybody wants one, take one. And there's a donation box, and people in the neighborhood are.
Are they returning? Like bringing,
They are bringing them back, yep.
like maybe in bringing ones they don't want, kind of thing?
Take
Oh.
one, donate one, whichever you want to do.
That's a good idea.
And the project is part of a website. You can go there. It's called freeblockbuster.org.
Hmm.
Freeblockbuster.org. Now there's I'm amazed Blockbuster hasn't jumped on them, but whatever.
I don't think Blockbuster exists anymore, does it?
Let me just read this. No, they do not.
Mm.
But we've all seen copyright issues come back to haunt people for names that they thought were gone. And one in particular is starting to make a resurgence here in Canada. Do you know what it is?
What?
Zellers.
Oh, yeah.
Zellers is coming back. No, not in the same way that we were used to it.
No, but the restaurant is coming back, but as a food truck.
Yeah, as a
I
food
heard.
truck. And they're also going to go on Skip the Dishes.
Yeah, well, the thing about the Zeller's restaurant wasn't the food; it was the ambience of having a nice little cafe that you could go and sit with, and
while you were shopping.
You really only eating the food that they sold in Zeller's, anyways, right?
I used to get my fish and chips there. I used to go there with my grandma all the time when I went to Toronto.
Yeah, it was all stuff the stuff on the menu was all stuff they sold in the store.
Yeah.
It's just their way of getting you to taste it and go, gee, that's really good. I'm going to go buy some, which was a really good idea, actually. But I used to take the kids there for their Zeddy Bear parties for their birthdays. Yeah, so that was
Club Zed.
And then, yeah, Club Zed, yeah. So you wouldn't get any of that stuff. That's what Zeller's was.
Do you know why they brought it back?
Because the name was about to expire or something?
And the Bay was going to lose it.
Hmm.
And they didn't want to risk somebody opening up a new store with the same title. So they had to put it back in service. It'll go away eventually, I guarantee you. They'll keep it long enough to keep it going. Or it might just do what people want it to do, is take off again. It used to be, Walmart pretty much put them out of business. I mean, yeah, you can go to a restaurant in Walmart. It's McDonald's. But not the same.
It's not the same.
No,
not at all.
It's not the same at all.
No. And the prices were always really good, so that's where you'd see, anywhere you see a whole whack of seniors hanging out and
it's a good place to eat.
the food is good and it's cheap.
It's usually, and the portions aren't too bad unless you're, a giant wrestler or a lumberjack. The portions are decent.
Mm-hmm.
Just reading over some quick news here that I haven't spotted yet. Not seeing a whole lot this week. Pretty quiet week so far. Let me just check my tech news. We'll see what CNET's got real quick. It's although they got sued, didn't they? Oh yeah, CNET got sued for using Chat AI.
CNET got sued for using what?
You know that Chat CPT that we kind of peeked at the other day?
Oh yeah.
They were using it to write their articles.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as it even tells you when it's on the homepage, is everything's from 2021 and back. So you're not going to get any terribly current events. I know they are moving it. They are trying to get the wealth of knowledge a little farther up. That's actually scary when you think about it. They're writing bots now to detect the Chat AI because kids are using it to write their papers for school. One guy tried to use it to write his thesis for his doctorate. He got caught.
There's some of these write your book in 10 days and make yourself a billionaire kind of hokey things. I watch all this as a writer. I watch all this stuff, and there's a fair number of them are you can do this on Amazon. You release an ebook that's this many words, and you go here and you get this person to research it for you, and this person to do this for you, and you buy this and you put it all together. And some of the more recent ones are suggesting using AI to write the book.
Yeah. Let's see, and they're also saying that it is a beta. It says let's not write any apps for it yet because it's gonna change. And what happens if you spend millions of dollars to develop an app and then they change it on you, right?
Right.
That's gonna hurt. Let's see, what do we got in the tech news this week? Other than the new Samsung phone come out, the S23. It's a foldable phone, flip phone. It's almost like a flip phone in reverse. You know the old flip phones?
Yep.
Looks like the one on the shelf behind you there.
Yep.
Well, this one opens like a book.
Oh. And how does that improve my life?
I have no idea. the big news in tech this week is everybody's really waiting for a game, myself included.
The Hogwarts game.
Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy, and unfortunately, I'm on PC, so I can't pre-download it, which really sucks if you have horrible internet. It's an 80 gig game. It's massive. So now you get people trying to download this thing, and it takes forever, but yet the console players have had it for almost a full 8 hours. People are a little choked. Us PC players are a little choked because you spend extra money to get it 72 hours early, and most of that's going to be burnt up downloading it. Now, 80 gigs isn't going to take me very long. I will set it and forget it. In other words, I'll set it to auto download. I can do that.
Would it not behoove you, as you're developing a game, to develop one that isn't that big to download, because you maintain your stuff, right? As you play the game, it adds to whatever you've got saved, right?
Yep.
So you start at 80.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And then you're going to be 100 by the time you've
Well,
finished the game.
That's just to get really technical, that's just local side. It's a cloud-based game, so everything's saved in the cloud anyways. So
So it's not
saved on somebody else's computer.
okay. So it's not that bad then.
No, but it's what it is because people don't like to wait. Like, we used to wait for levels to load off a disk. As you went further, the game would pause. It'd have a cutscene playing. Meanwhile, it's loading the rest of the next level in the background.
Right.
Well, this just gives you everything at once. So it's a seamless transition from one spot to another without having to wait for the graphics to download.
Well, that's pretty good.
Or come on, but as a result, thanks to Call of Duty, because they're the ones that started this, the original game is just absolutely massive. And then, but here's the one that's going to piss the console players off. They're going to get to preload it, but the instant they go live, there's another 50 gig download for them.
Oh, okay. So
because it's their console specific.
right.
They get bonuses for, playing it on PS4 because they're part of the sponsorship, Sony.
Okay.
So they get extra levels, they get extra this, extra that. Well, that extra level's 50 gig.
Which will take some time.
Which will take some time. And on a console, I mean, we've got decent internet here, but on a console, that download would take forever. Are you going to play? Oh, somebody just asked what we're talking about.
It looks like interesting from what I've seen of some guys on YouTube that have it.
Yeah, just
right?
the previews and that. Yeah.
That have the previews. I've seen it. It looks like a fun game.
We have a question in chat.
What's the question?
It's not on yours, it's on mine.
Okay.
Look in the middle screen there. I don't know if you can read that. It's
No.
kind of tiny on yours.
Yeah.
Just ask what we're talking about. So, we're talking about the new Hogwarts Legacy that comes out Tuesday. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss the actual go live part because I'll be playing hockey.
Ah.
But that's okay. I'll set it to pre-download, so by the time I get home, it's all downloaded and installed.
Cool.
Yay me.
Cool.
But that's what we're talking about.
And like I was saying that I've seen some of the people who have been able to load it.
They were given a piece of it.
They were given a piece of it, so I've seen a bit of how it works, and it looks like it looks like fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And like one guy, so I watched a video today, actually, just before we went on. That is it going to be for everyone? No. If you're a Harry Potter fan, sure. Some people are saying, "Oh, it's awful." Well, that's because you're not a fan, right?
Well, and then if you want to be picky pants about stuff, and you're a super fan, that you might have problems with it. But someone like me that's seen all the movies and kind of gets the deal, I would notice that something wasn't quite
Yeah, exactly.
right, and so.
You know what I just realized? We went through all this and we got your chat set up, and mine's not there. Silly me.
Yeah, I have nothing on my chat.
No, it's on mine.
Zach was saying to me that my son, that he has some suggestions for games because I want to get back on Twitch playing some games, and he says got some suggestions for me. So
We get you back into Minecraft.
I don't know about Minecraft. I don't know what my block is with that, but if you pardon the pun.
That was bad.
But I have a issue. I can't seem to get my head wrapped around that one.
That's not that bad. I did one today for just for a short, and I just wandered around and actually found a parrot. Didn't know there were parrots in Minecraft. Need to get your son to help me out. Yeah, somebody messaged us, but they just disappeared before they could hear the answer. That's because I didn't have my chat open. I saw it, but it was too late.
My grandchildren are all better at that than I am. Same with Fortnite.
Oh, well. Yeah, Fortnite's for children. I don't play it. I can't. I've started playing Call of Duty again, and I find with that, if you take a day or two off, you ever get horrible quickly.
That's a shoot 'em up game, right?
That is a shooter. Yeah, that's not something you're going to play probably. You never know.
I'm not a shooter. I like ones that you got to figure out the mystery of something or other or something. I like those kind of games.
Yeah, I think you'd like, what was I just playing? Well, the Jedi Fallen Order is not bad. It's sort of a shoot 'em up, kind of whack 'em with a lightsaber thing. But, sorry, my YouTube
Whack 'em with a lightsaber? Okay, I could do that. I didn't mind, like I said,
But there is,
I've said WoW and
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
spiders and like that. I didn't mind.
But that's the thing with this one. You kill bugs. There's lots of creatures and strange, bizarre things in it. But it's got lots of puzzles you have to solve too.
Oh, I'd like that.
You know, you go, okay, well, you got to put this over here. Why isn't this working? Or there's a couple of, in order to get the door open to get out, you got to grab basically the plug and plug it in. But you have to plug the other one in before you can plug the first one in.
Huh.
And you go, why doesn't this? You know how many times I've gone to YouTube and go, hey, how do I do this?
Yeah.
Well, that's what YouTube's for.
I should play that Plague one that I started playing.
I started to play it. It's not my kind of game.
It's I have to be better on the button mashing because you have to be faster. That was my problem. I wasn't getting through the certain area fast enough and getting dead.
Yeah. You got to learn to walk around and be silent.
Yes.
There's what's the one I was playing the other day? Let me think. Oh, it was one of the Lego Star Wars, where it showed you the vision of this bot, and you had to try and stay out of it with a little Lego dude. And it was actually rather entertaining. You know, I got you up on the screen, and it should be me. Sorry, you were trying to sneak in a drink when I wasn't watching. But yeah, that game's the same thing. It's a button masher, where you just beat the snot out of the buttons to get them to do what you want it to do. And eventually you learn how the combos work and all that. But as a button masher, it's a lot of fun. But again, that one has puzzles as well, where you need to figure out, okay, so to get this open, I have to stand on here and wait for the other player that's with me, in which case it's usually a bot or one of the other characters, to jump on the thing and pull the thing down and wait for that. And then he stands there hanging while you jump across. It's rather entertaining to watch. I didn't think, when I first started playing Lego Star Wars games, I didn't think I'd like them, but then, yeah, they turned out okay. The latest one is pretty cool. It's not latest, it's been around for a while.
I was playing a Legos game too. It was the original one. Was no particular theme to it. It was just Legos. And
There are
little
some
fighter dudes that you built and so on.
Yeah. This one here, you have to, as a Jedi, you could build things. I think you might enjoy the one that's made about the Lego movie. But then you get that stupid tune stuck in your head all day long. Please don't sing that. I'd rather not get that stuck in my head too. Wow. What else have we got? Do we need to do a sponsor spot here?
We already did our sponsor spot. That's fine.
Yeah, I know. Do another one.
Another sponsor spot for Philith Publishing.
Yes, pump the tires, man. Pump the tires.
Yeah, so Philith Publishing has a wealth of fascinating and wonderful books available in softcover and ebook versions, from vampires and supernatural beings and their stories to
Just about anything.
just about anything, like all kinds of anything from fantasy to mystery to there's a little bit of crime drama. There's
That'd be your book.
no, well, yeah, there's crime in that one, but there's another one, Starbright has crime,
Yeah.
and it's about a child star, a child actress star that grows up and has issues. Big time issues, and I know how their life resolves. It's quite a good book. There's a couple of vampire ones. There's a Beyond Life is a supernatural being, war for good and evil kind of supernatural being. Alone is similar. A lot of heavy arcane in there. What else? There's non-fiction books, a couple of those about child welfare, and another one about being an ally. And what else we got? There's a poly book in our thing, and we got kids books. We've got youth books. There's Bright Light is a sci-fi book about a young lad and his dog that are kidnapped by aliens and returned a year later, but it's been much longer than that to them.
Oh,
and
I have to read. I haven't actually read that one yet.
yeah, the kids, before he's kidnapped, is bullied quite severely, and when he comes back, they think it's a year later, and this kid has matured and can handle his life now, and it's a really good read.
Yep.
Tie-Dye Voodoo is another one by same author that's a mystery with the guy inherits his aunt's house and her cafe, which does tea leaf reading and so on, and it's interesting how he manages that one. All kinds of we've got the newest ones are Stonehouse, which is a story about immigrants, Norwegian immigrants to the west of Canada, and it's a good read too. So, and then there's poetry, there's all kinds of stuff there. So have a look and check out what we've got at philithbooks.com. Feel free to submit your manuscripts as well, and I'm going to sneeze. And
mute button. I'll take over. There, yeah. I'm going to interrupt slightly.
Okay.
I just got a subscriber.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just now. Just got the little alert. I don't know if you saw it. That screen's awfully small.
Coolio.
Yay! That's also a good segue. There's a big word for the day.
Segue?
My big word for the day.
Okay.
Where's it going to segue? Oh, yes. Make sure you subscribe both channels.
Yep. Subscribe and like.
Comment, please.
Comment, please.
Something you'd like to see, or somebody you'd like to see on here, or want to come on here. If you want to come on here, don't do it on a comment. Drop us a DM. Drop us an email.
Yeah.
Just because we'll probably see those quicker. I check my comments quite regularly. But you probably don't want something like that in a comment. Just drop me a DM. Drop her a DM. Use it on Twitter. Send us an email. One or the other.
Yeah, I'm also organizing for guests for my podcast, which is called Don't Say Maybe. You'll find that on pretty much anywhere you find podcasts, but on SoundCloud is where I upload. And I've got a good...
from Apple.
good listenership
Yeah.
on there, so it's about these people that you meet that um, seem to have all their shit together. They seem to have everything works, and they have a wonderful life, and it looks like it's all so easy and everything, and it's not.
No.
And so they come on, they talk about the how they got to where they are, and give us some ideas of how to make things work in your life. And we talk about all kinds of things.
Yeah.
There are things at work, and how to get over things like procrastination and depression and grief and COVID.
Geez, maybe I should look at that, eh?
All kinds of things like that. Yeah. So it's an intro. I haven't done any episodes for a while because, life. But I'm looking for.
Yep.
I would like to learn not to say but.
But
Yes.
it's better than haram.
It annoys me. So anyway,
Better than haram.
looking to bring some guests on to that, and I'm also going to get back doing writer's open mic on my own channel on YouTube.
YouTube or Twitch or...
I usually do
Maybe on
Twitch and then
Twitch.
upload it, right?
I
But
was thinking of popping back onto Twitch occasionally. Just for fun.
yeah, Twitch is a fun place to be too.
Sometimes. Sometimes it's pretty toxic, but
Yeah,
You
well,
just
that's
have
why
to-
I've kind of taken a breather. So it's got to be pretty toxic
you
there.
just have to learn to tune them out.
Yeah.
Don't listen to the noise. Well, my dear, I think we've reached the end of our time for today.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's getting kind of warm in here. I don't know if you noticed. I keep having to turn the fan back on. I hate having the fan on when I'm online because it puts this little hiss in the background. So I have to turn the music up a little bit to tune it out.
Ah. Okay. Yep. So that's pretty much
That's pretty much that, and then some.
this, that, and then some. Yeah.
I found a way to get it in. Yay.
And feel free to, like I say, subscribe and like
And
both channels. And we will.
Watch the preview. If you're not sure what we're doing, watch the previous weeks.
To be honest, we're not sure what we're doing.
Really, we're just winging it.
So any suggestions about what you'd like to see us talk about, feel free to do that.
Drop us a note if you want to come on.
No, we just
Bite
sort of
hard.
speak for yourself.
Well, I bite occasionally, but we won't talk about that here. This isn't for children, but hey, we don't want to get demonetized on my side. That's
true.
kind of our goal, is to get you monetized.
Yeah, that's true.
So
And-
get you subscribed. Basically, like I said, go back and watch the other 4 or 5 shows. What's the date today?
The 5th of
Fe-
February.
February already, eh? Jeez,
Yes.
where'd that go? By the way, that was for me. That was so when I edit this, I know which one I'm looking at because they all look the same after a while.
On the
anyways.
5th of February, we had a wonderful conversation about all kinds of wonderful things.
Look, Chinese balloons.
And if you missed it, catch us again on February 12th.
Are we going to be early that day?
Did that mess you up for editing?
No, actually, I just made that into a short for you. And that's going to be a short for you, by the way. Here you go. I'll show you how to upload the shorts now that we're done. Upload
Alrighty
the
then.
That just sounds wrong. Nobody's uploading my shorts. Well, I guess that's better than downloading your shorts. Okay, it's time to go.
Is that kind of like a kilt check?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we're not doing that.
Okay. I'll
That would-
behave.
That would get us in trouble.
Okay.
We've already got in trouble on your channel once.
All right. All right, I'll behave.
All right. Bye, guys, girls, whatever. Push the magic button.
Until next time.